Hello, welcome to part 3 of the Easel series. Where we left off, we were playing around with these shapes and said we were going to go on to the apps section. So, if we click on apps, Easel has a bunch of preloaded apps you can use to help with your designs. Some of which might be actually on the screen already, like the drilling holes feature. But we're going to start off, let's take a look at the puzzle designer. If you notice when I hover over it, it says you have to select a shape first. So, let's just make a basic square. Move this artwork out of the way. Now I've got it selected, it's highlighted. We go into puzzle designer. See it pops a puzzle up here. You can select how many rows you'd like to have, how many columns. So if you want it to just be a 4-piece puzzle, you just do 2 and 2. And we want them to be separate pieces. The reason I'm doing separate pieces is because when you have it together, if you were to cut this with your CNC, these shapes are not going to go back together. So we're going to do separate pieces, then they're all their own vector. And just like that, they all pop up. Now it looks kind of funky over here because we have it on a 60-degree V-bit, so we're going to move it back to a 1/8 bit. But if you notice, it's technically got 2 vectors in there. So it has an outer layer and an inner. So, I mean, it's kind of cool if you were going to make this into, let's say, like a box. If you seen one of my videos on how to design a box. This is got 2 in there already. So it's already preloaded right now to do a pocket cut and to cut the outer edge out. But if you just wanted to make a puzzle, you could just click the middle and you could delete those. And then you just have the physical puzzle piece to cut out. Alright, so that's the puzzle generator. Box Maker app. This has changed over time. It used to have almost like a dovetail built into it, and you could cut it, put it together. I'm not quite sure what they're doing with it now, because I mean, you could probably cut this out on a regular table saw faster than running it on your CNC, but same concept to the puzzle maker. You set it to whatever size you want it to be, and then it does everything for you. Now you can see I got a little bigger. It did add some tabs, which will help for putting a box together. So, I guess the feature's still there, kinda. But this works pretty good if you're trying to make simple little boxes. Notice this one did not ask me to select any artwork. So this one just literally makes it. And then it's there on the screen. I'm going to delete that out. Let's see. The maze generator. I talked about it in, I think it was part 1, how I used this to make a cool little 4-tier box. Each tier had its own maze in it. Again, set it to the size you want. Import that. And then everything that's black is what will carve. That's a pretty cool app. fidget spinner if you wanted to make them. Again, set it up to how you like it. Just have a cutout, and then obviously you could add your bearings to that. If you're going to make wooden fidget spinners. Talk about the Offsetter app. This one I use a lot. So it's used to make outlines. So let's say I wanted to add the word easel to a flag. So you type your text in and then highlight it. Go into apps, go down to the Offsetter app, and you can see that it is set right now to go outwards. If I collect inwards, it'll try to make a shape inside the layer. Because I had it set at 1/4 inch, you can see how it was too big to outline the inside of the word at 1/4 inch. This one I always go just far enough to where it'll outline the entire word with one vector. If I do keep original, it's going to drop the word in there again for me. And what I would typically do here is if you do the outer layer, tell it to do a clear at pocket, and then I set that to 0. I'll work on this in one of the other parts too. If I right click it, you can tell it to go to the back. So you can move your vectors around. So if I tell it to go to the back, we're now going to see the word easel pop up. And the reason I did that is if I take this word easel, tell that to go to the back, and it's just rotated a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. See how it hides behind the other word? But because I have a pocket cut set at 0 around this entire word, it does the work for me. So that's kind of cool. Another big one that I use, do not use the circle text. I don't like it. I don't feel like it ever puts the words in a correct circle for me. The spacing is always wrong, so I'm not even going to cover it. The best app that I have used to do circles is, believe it or not, Lightburn, that I use for lasers. The Exploder app is another good one. So if I was to take a simple text, and we'll just type in easel. Now if I wanted to make, say, this letter S bigger, I can't right now because it's all one vector. So if I go into apps and go under the Exploder and just leave it at 0 on the gap, there's my word. If I hit import, it's going to create another one. But now what you have is individual vectors for each letter. So that's pretty cool. This one comes in handy like if you were trying to put something on like a baseball bat. Obviously, you know, the end of the bat is thicker than it is towards the handle. You know, you could make this E this big, you could make the A a little bit smaller, and kind of work your way down. What else do I normally use in here? Keyhole generator. You know, you need to have the keyhole generator bit, but that one, you know, set it up, pops it in there for you. A straight line, so your keyhole bit will go in there, boom, up, down, come back. What else? There's a lot of stuff in here, like this this mosaic. Let's say we wanted to do like a brick background. So we can take this box and go down to, where was it? Brick. Oh, okay. So this is another reason I like Easel. It's telling me that the vector's unsupported. I needed to use the Explode app. Which is interesting. Not quite sure why I need to do that, so that might be an issue within their system. Just doesn't make any sense to me. But let's use the Explode app like it said and see what happens. There's the bricks. You can see we can change the columns, the rows, and then we have a giant brick wall that we can resize. We don't want it on clear out pocket, right? We would do like cut on shape. And change it to a V-bit for that fine detail. And then you have your brick wall. Get rid of all that artwork. I think that is going to be it for today. Those are the most used that I use. Again, there are a bunch of other stuff in here that you could also use. Stamp maker, I do not remember the stamp maker ever being in there, so let's just play with that one real quick. Again, let's have Easel. Let's see what the stamp maker does. Alright, so, oops. So, looks like it did the work for us. That's pretty cool. I might actually do that for when I make things. Cool. So it's always nice when things, do the work for you. Again, if you remember in an early video, sometimes it puts tabs in weird spots. But that ends part 3, so the next part, on part 4, we're going to talk about importing. It'll be a quick video, how to bring things in to Easel, but also in there, one of the spots is image trace. So I'll cover this stuff. Most of the time will be spent on image tracing. Alright. Thank you for watching today's video. If you're not subscribed, please remember to subscribe, support the channel, hit that alert bell so I can automatically let you know when I upload another video. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.